And once again, this is your boy Ace Capone. Before we get started, hit the like button if you like the channel. If you want to contribute, I have my PayPal and my Cash App listed down below. Also, you can follow me on Rumble and Truth Social. But what I want to talk about now is that the Biden regime, criminal enterprise, is asking its allies in the liberal media for help. It's asking them to, just like with the Russia debacle, the Democrats are asking their media wing for help with this impeachment. This here is from the Washington Examiner. The White House memo asks media to ramp up scrutiny of Biden impeachment. You know, when does the government call the media to say, hey, you guys need to do some more distortion and lies to help us out because we're suffering? We need you to convince those zombies that listen to you that this is false. Basically, they're telling on themselves. They're saying, hey, we're busted, but we need you guys to tell the public lies and to spin the truth. Immediately following the news of House Republicans' plans to initiate an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden, I hate saying that word, the White House issued a memo to editorial leaders of media organizations across the United States calling on the media to cover the process with increased scrutiny because it is based on lies. You know, if the Trump administration had gone out and said, hey, media, maybe you should investigate this fake Russia collusion and this dossier and the Democrats and Hillary for funding this, they would have laughed at him. They would have come out and said, oh, this guy is begging us to lie to you. That would have been the first thing the media would have done. They would say, look, this guy is begging. Look at this memo that he gave us. Look at it. He's begging us to lie to you, but we're going to hold to our principles and we're going to tell you the truth. But is the media going to do that for Joe Biden? No, they're going to acquiesce. They're going to do exactly what he asks. And if you're watching CNN, which I don't, if you're watching MSNBC, which I don't, I see clips online, but I'm not one of those people that goes around quoting CNN and giving them credibility. If you're going to quote fake media, you're saying they're credible. They're not credible. You talk about them. You say, hey, these guys are telling these lies, and this is what they're saying. You don't quote their stories and go, oh, yeah, this is what CNN says, and then, talk about, and follow their narrative. And that's what many so-called conservative commentators and influencers do. Back to the story. I digress quite a bit. Correspondence from Ian Sams, the special assistant to the president's senior advisor and spokesman for the White House counsel office, said that in the shifting media climate, the shifting media climate means that many in the media are asking for Joe Biden to step aside, and Camelhead too. They don't like her. And if they ran her, they would definitely give the presidency to Donald Trump. She's not liked in California. She's not liked by the Democrats. She's not liked by the Republicans. So why would they run her? And if they are dumb enough to run her, because I think they will run her, because the liberals have painted themselves, the radical left has painted themselves into a corner. If you don't run Camelhead Harris, you're going to get the feminists upset. You're going to get the black women upset. They're going to say, oh my God, you're going to run this black woman out. And who are you going to put in her stead? You're going to put in Gavin Newsom or some other white male that people don't know. And they're going to say, oh my God, you replaced a black woman with a white male? Oh my God, the patriarchy. You can't, they can't do it. They've basically defeated themselves. It's like playing chess. Trump is playing chess. The Democrats are playing checkers. They basically have lost. The only thing they can do is go out and try to find some corrupt judge or jury to find something on Trump. And this is what they're doing. Around the country, they're getting these DAs to come up with fabricated charges, bending the laws to find something to charge Trump with. But the problem is, you have to have something substantive, and they don't have anything substantive. You can charge someone, with anything. Proving it is something else. And you got to have a jury of competent people to come to the conclusion that you're making sense. I don't think you can do that. I hope. There are some dumb people out there. But in this instance, you have a president and his cabinet begging for the media to tell lies. The shifting climate they're talking about process stories that fail to unpack the illegitimacy of the claims on which House Republicans are basing all their actions, only to serve to generate confusion, put false premises in people's feeds, and obscure the truth. He said, it's time for the media to ramp up its scrutiny of House Republicans for opening an impeachment inquiry based on lies. You mean the same way the media went out when Donald Trump was being impeached, and they didn't say, hey, these guys don't have any facts. Hey, these guys are just basing this impeachment, the two impeachments, on basically their feelings that they hate Donald Trump, and that the simple fact that they had the numbers, they didn't have to worry about the Republicans. They impeached Trump because they just wanted him out, and they thought that their sentiments is what the public held, and they were wrong. They thought that the Republicans would turn on Trump, but they didn't. You had enough decent Republicans to say, hey, there's nothing here. And the media never did their duty to say, hey, there is nothing here. You're abusing the system. They went along with it. So the media is definitely liberal, way far left. And they promote socialism. And it's time to turn the media off. And if the media is going to cooperate with the Biden administration, you may as well just call them a political entity for the Democrats and not call them news whatsoever. Just call them the Baghdad Bob of American politics. They're out here to be the media arm for the Democrat Party, and that's their only purpose. They're never going to tell the truth about a Democrat. So you can't trust anything they say, so why watch it? House Speaker Kevin McCarthy directed the House of Representatives on Tuesdays to open an impeachment inquiry into Biden over business dealings by his family, including his son Hunter Biden. The business transaction have been closely investigated by the House Oversight Committee under Chairman James Comer. These allegations of abuse of power, obstruction, and corruption, and they warrant further investigation by the House of Representatives, McCarthy said of the move. I like how the media always tries to back out as if they're a third party just observing what's going on when it's Democrats. They don't color the story. They say, oh, the Republicans claim, then they state whatever. But if it's a Democrat, it's Trump is guilty. He did it. He's gonna fry on this one. Could, possibly. I don't know. Should. They qualify their statements so they can prevent from being sued. But they know what they're doing. They aren't going to tell you the truth about the impeachment inquiry. They're not going to tell you about all the facts that they have, the bank statements, they have business partners who are spilling the tea on everybody. You got people on the emails who have confirmed the stories. You have the Ukrainians with with audio of Joe Biden. If this is more than enough evidence, and the media has refused to cover it, but then at the same time, they're saying that they know nothing about it. If you refuse to cover something, you know about it. You just refuse to cover it. If you didn't know about it, how could you refuse to cover it? So they're not covering it. You're going to tell me a news organization that goes out to find all types of garbage on one side is going to tell you they know nothing about the garbage on the other side? They hid the laptop. They knew about it. And then when they hear about the laptop, they say, oh, it's Russian disinformation. A guy is going to claim Russian disinformation when he takes a laptop to a repair shop with his name and everything on, his number, his address, and the guy is calling you to pick up your laptop, but it's not my laptop. It's got me on it. It's got my information on it, my family on it, but it's not my laptop. So the Russians compiled all this information about me, emailed my friends and business partners, but it's not my laptop. Those Russians sure are crafty. I promise you, if one of Trump's sons had that laptop, they would be in jail. Trump would be in jail. They would rush this into Congress and say, get this guy out of here. They would prosecute him with all the information they have. It's a slam dunk conviction. But Democrats are criminals and they don't go to jail. And we need to understand that. And you have the media who will play backup to Joe Biden and Camelhead. This woman is so airheaded, and they won't call her that. She laughs because she doesn't know. She doesn't take time to know anything. She just wants to look pretty, and she has a hard time of doing that. This guy, Sams, claims that the allegations against the president are unfounded, saying they, in virtually all cases, have been actively disproven. How are you disproving anything when you don't even address the issues? It's like with January 6th. They say Trump stirred these people up. Well, why aren't you proving that he stirred the people up? You're saying it, but what's your proof? They say that, MAGA Republicans are a threat to society. How? They say a lot of things, but they don't prove it. They don't have to because no one's demanding. People watch these silly stations. I've seen people watching CNN, and they come out looking like, brainwashed zombies. They love this fake. It's like a show. It's like a movie. It's like a series. You watch and you get so drawn in, you believe it. And that's how it is with the media. It's psychology. They're fooling you. They're brainwashing you, indoctrinating you. And next thing you know, you're a brainless twit repeating their talking points, and you don't have a clue. I think the Republicans are on the right track right now. I hope Kevin McCarthy keeps up this momentum. I hope they go out and investigate and get all the information they need to oust this traitorous man who has defamed the White House, who has made us a laughing stock around the world. It's time for Joe and his sideshow to end. And it's time for us to take our country back. And on that note, that is the end of this episode with your boy Ace Capone. And as always, peace. And I'm gone.